and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to share this video with you guys today. This is something that I've been wanting to do ever since we bought our house. So we transformed our cabinets into a farmhouse look. We painted them white. You guys have probably seen in my past videos what they used to look like. They used to look like this color. And ever since we painted them, now the area in our kitchen is just much more lighter and brighter, and it looks bigger, and it's just crazy how much it transformed our kitchen. So I'm super excited to talk to you guys step by step as to how we did that. I know there's lots of people who have questions about how to go about it, what we did, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, all those things. So I just want to give you guys a rundown as to how we did it, and it worked for us. So I hope that you guys get some good ideas if you're wanting to paint your kitchen cabinets too. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing that we did was we wanted to make a map of our kitchen cabinets so that we knew exactly where each cabinet was supposed to go and it wasn't confusing and all the things. So we made a map. And how we did that was we actually took pictures of our kitchen. So on my phone, I literally just took pictures of each cabinet area, and then I printed it onto from our printer, and then we labeled each section and each door. So the cabinets over here were section A, and then the cabinets over here were section B and C, and so on and so forth. So then with that, we labeled each door with its section. So in section A, if there was 2 doors, A1 would be the first door, A2 would be the second door. And then in section B, it would be, B1, B2, B3, B4. I hope that doesn't sound too confusing because it's actually pretty easy. But if you do have questions on that, please let me know in the comments down below. But that was the best way that we found to work really well, and just making sure that our cabinet doors were put in the right place, and it was just really nice to have like a hard copy. And then what we did after that was we took off all the hardware. So we took off all the knobs, all the hinges, and then we labeled each cabinet door based off of the map that we made. So right where the hinges go, there's like circle in the cabinet door. That is where Nathan labeled each door, whether it was A1 or B6 or whatever it was. I made sure to put all of the handles in one Ziploc bag, all the hinges in another Ziploc bag. I think he actually divvied up what handles went with the cabinet doors and what handles went with like a pull-out drawer. I think they are different. That is something that you might want to keep in mind too, is just making sure that you have those separated. And after we got all of that finished, then the prep work started. I can say with full certainty that prep work is key. Prep work is the biggest pain in the butt, but if you do a good job with your prep work, and you don't just skimp through it and you take your time with it, you're gonna get a beautiful finish. So I would totally recommend taking your time with prep work, making sure that everything is properly sanded. We used 120 grit sandpaper and an electric sander. So I think it took us like a total of a day and a half to sand everything. But we also have tons of cabinet space, so we sanded every single cabinet door, front and back side. We sanded all of like the cabinets themselves in the kitchen. I mean, it was definitely a dusty mess in here, but it's something that you can't skip on. After we finished all the prep work, and then the fun part of the painting came along. And so one thing that we did that I would recommend for anybody else too is to start painting the cabinet doors, but do the insides first. That way you are able to see just the technique that you want to use, whether it's a roller brush. We got all of our supplies from Sherwin Williams, our paint and our roller brushes and our paint brushes and stuff. So definitely you want to spend a little bit more on better quality so you get a better quality finish. Started out by painting the inside of our cabinet doors first, And we ended up needing 3 coats of paint to make it look as seamless and as beautiful as possible. So we used 3 coats of paint, and then we let each section dry in between layers. And then we flipped over and did the front side of the cabinet doors. And then once the cabinet doors were all finished and dried, we came upstairs, and then we started to paint the rest of the kitchen. So we had to tape around all of the cabinetry, all the blue tape. We had to do all that to make sure we weren't going to get paint on the walls. And then we did a lot of like paintbrush techniques, like in some of like the corner areas that a roller brush wasn't going to be as precise with. So it definitely does take a little bit of finessing and just kind of like figuring out what works for you. Then we ended up having to do 3 coats on everything else. In total, this took us about 3.5 days to do, just because we had to let everything dry, and it is just a process. As we were going through this project, it was kind of stressful for me, because things just got so cluttered around here. There was no space. I wasn't able to use my kitchen as much as I normally did. Especially when it comes to making like dinner and lunch and things like that. So that is definitely something that you're going to want to prepare for. It's probably just best to plan of making meals like pizzas or takeout or something like that, because as far as making a meal in your kitchen while it's being like painted, it's just not going to happen. That was what we did, and here is the final product of everything. I think that it looks beautiful. I love the light and airiness that it has, the aesthetic pleasing that it has in our kitchen. It's definitely got that farmhouse feel. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. This is definitely something that it just takes time and patience and lots of prep work, but like I said, great prep work will lead to a great finished product. So I will try and link the paint that we used down below. Like I said, we got all of our products and our paint from Sherwin Williams. If you have questions about anything, be sure to ask a paint pro. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. We can't wait to see you in our next one. It'll probably be a clean with me video, so stay tuned for that. And we'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys. Say bye.